Hi, good evening. My name's John Warrington from Counselling Minds. Just wanted to talk to you about video counselling. I'll just turn the light on. It's a bit dark in these studios. Online counselling. It's convenient, accessible for people from obviously where you're located at the moment. Counselling is made more complicated, I think, than it needs to be. Lots of people are put off from accessing counselling because they feel that it's not for them. They may feel awkward talking about their own feelings, and absolutely I get that. I didn't access counselling for years and needed it before I retrained as a counsellor because I thought the same things, and I thought I should cope with things myself and just get on with stuff, get a grip, as kind of people said. Counselling has its place. Getting a grip isn't easy, is it? If it was, we'd all be doing it. Talking to family and friends means often we don't want to burden them with how we're feeling. Whereas talking to somebody independent who's trained to listen and to walk in your shoes, to have empathy, not to judge, and also to treat you with respect and to be honest, it can make massive differences. So my background, I at school would have benefited from counselling. My mum was very ill. There's no counselling back in the 80s for school children. No school counsellors. I remember then thinking I'd benefit from seeing a counsellor. There should be somebody that I can speak with. Then I joined the Navy, served in the Gulf and in Northern Ireland. Left the Navy, worked for Virgin Trains as a train announcer and on the platform in customer service, which was interesting. Did that for a couple of years. Then worked in a bank, then worked for a publishing company and was a sales exec. Question there from Ankit, probably mispronounced your name, I apologise. So I'm from Counselling Minds. Originally from Cheshire, now live in near Lancaster. Set up Counselling Minds to provide counselling for adults, for couples, for children and teenagers. So when I left publishing, I'd retrained as a counsellor. I worked in a high school, and then I worked in residential care homes with some fantastic staff supporting children in care and young people in care, which was an absolute privilege. So my passion is improving people's mental well-being, just giving people the space to be able to talk about how they're feeling. On my website, counsellingminds.co.uk, I put a lot of information on there. I talk a lot in posts and in blogs about my background. It's why I'm doing this now. It's not really my thing, promoting myself by this means, but if I'm encouraging people to engage in video counselling, then I need to be more proactive, really. It gives people an opportunity who, when they look for a list of counsellors, just see a load of counsellors talking about the background and using words often that are more complicated, really. When I was looking for a counsellor years ago, I just wanted to connect with somebody who I could feel I could speak with, who I could be myself with. The first counsellor I ever saw, I just got the impression that she didn't want me to swear or express my anger, because I was angry. I was angry that I was feeling burnt out. I was absolutely shattered and worn out from my advertising sales job. So I wanted someone that I could be myself with, and then I found a counsellor that I could express myself and talk about how I was feeling. So it's about finding words for feelings. Now at the moment, with self-isolation and with the coronavirus, we're all pretty stunned, aren't we? We're all shocked. Massive changes. I mean, we've had 3 budgets in 1 week. We've had the Prime Minister with his regular conferences. You know, we're coming to terms with what's happening, and trying to find reason with it. You know, wondering what the future holds. Thanks, Ruth. Thank you for everybody's comments. So we're trying to make sense of stuff, aren't we? Now, what young people must think, I do not know, if we can't make sense of it. So having the space to be able to talk, you know, with people, with somebody independent, is important. Somebody who's not a friend, who's not family. You know, friends and family don't want to see us in pain, do they? Really, they want to come up with solutions and offer advice. So I'm not here to offer advice. I'm not your expert. You're your own expert. You are your own expert. But having that space to be able to talk to somebody independent can make a difference, can give you perspective on how you're feeling. You can make sense of things. You know, you can put your headphones on, find a separate room to sit in and talk about how you're feeling, either via video counselling or over the telephone. So, human beings, we can adapt to anything. We can. And this, you know, necessity is the mother of invention, isn't it? It's said. And this is the mother of crises, isn't it, really? And we're getting on with it. People coming up with ingenious ways to cope. You know, whether it's training with Joe Wicks in the morning, or learning guitar, or whatever. We will find a way through this because we are ingenious. But at times, you know, we'll feel that it's just too much for us. So having an outlet, having somebody to speak to, you know, can help. Not just me, there's an array of counsellors to speak with. I think routine's important for me. So for me, having a routine is important. Doing some physical exercise, doing some training. Because having no routine and being out of that routine and, you know, laying in, maybe a novelty at first, but then it can affect the sleep patterns. So we're not sleeping at night. So if you get a chance, Google sleep hygiene online, useful tips to help you get to sleep. There's a fantastic tip called 4-7-8 breathing. Google it, try it. Thanks very much, Kirsty. Thank you for your comments. Routine's important. 4-7-8 breathing. It works. When I first read about it, I was like, nope, this won't get me to sleep. Next thing I know, I woke up in the morning, best sleep I'd had. There's lavender sprays you can get. Lavender particularly can help. Obviously, it's not everybody's cup of tea. Avoiding screen use before we try and get to bed, an hour, or at least half an hour before you try and get to sleep, is important. The bright light stimulates the pituitary gland. Less so in us older people, but you know, particularly prevalent for younger people. So yeah, routine's important. Nutrition as well. You know, making sure we get the right vitamins. Often when we're stressed and anxious, we can have a depletion of vitamin B12, magnesium and zinc. Obviously some people can't absorb B12 as well, but something to think about. But yeah, our physiology, the language we use as well is important, isn't it? You know, the language we use against ourselves. You know, our self-esteem. You know, it's easy to fall into a rut, isn't it, at this moment in time? Very easy to get into a negative spiral of thought. So, talking to others can really help. I'm going to go shortly, because obviously there's probably announcements coming up. If you get a chance to look at my website, please do. You can book online. It was designed by Ruth B.T. Wilkinson and a wonderful team at the Consult Centre in Morecambe. If you're looking for advice and help with your business, then please speak to Ruth. She's fantastic. So look on the website if you've got a chance. So it's www.counsellingminds.co.uk. You can book online. You can find out more about my services, more about my background. You can telephone me on 0794 1217483, or send me an email at counsellingminds@gmail.com. I'll be happy to answer your questions to explain more about counselling. It is made more complicated in people's minds than it needs to be. It's forming a connection, forming a trust with your therapist. I don't like the word counselling, actually. It's a conversation. It's you being able to talk about how you feel. And the fact it's over video is fantastic because it means it's convenient. You can access counselling wherever you are. So my background, I've worked with people who would never have expected to engage with a counsellor, whether they're young people, teenagers, men, women, veterans. Work with individuals who've endured depression, addictions, stress, anxiety, bereavement, all manner of difficulties. So don't suffer alone. Don't isolate your feelings. Take advantage of the counselling services out there. Give me a call and we can talk about how counselling can help you. So it's a pleasure to talk. Thanks for listening, and I wish you all the very best. And we'll speak soon. Take care, won't you? Bye-bye.